Hi, I'm Kep Kepner, CPA here in Dallas. This is first in a series about hiring a part-time CFO. That seems to be real popular these days. There are a number of companies that have developed their brand as having a stable of part-time CFOs to come into companies that need help, but they don't need them full-time. So, let's take a look at that concept. One concept is a fractional CFO. So you need a CFO, but you may not need them full-time. So you need somebody 20% of the time. So you find somebody that you pay for 20% of their time. And they're there on some schedule with you, 2 days, 1 day a week, 2 hours a day, whatever the schedule is that works out. And they do whatever CFO kind of work is needed, whether that has to do with your accounting systems, whether it has to do with getting your books in order, whether it has to do with putting a plan together to go to your banker, whether it has to do with raising money. So the reality is that fractional CFO is available to you on that schedule. Well, that's really good. The idea is that you only pay for what you need. You don't need a $100,000 CFO there full-time every day. Maybe you could use somebody that way for a month or two, but then you don't need that. So it's really good that you're only paying part of it. The problem with that is you're only paying for that one person's knowledge. So let's say that you haven't had a CFO, your accounting records are in disarray, your banker's asking for financial statements, and so you say, well, I need somebody in here, I need a CFO to clean up all this stuff. Well, you've described 3 or 4 different kinds of tasks that require different kinds of skills. Somebody who knows how to clean up your QuickBooks is not necessarily going to know how to talk to the banker. The person that knows how to talk to your banker isn't going to necessarily know how to put a package together for some sort of financing or for a partnership agreement with somebody else. So the reality is you're still counting on one person, and if you're paying a $100,000 rate for somebody to do your QuickBooks, then maybe you're overpaying for that. But for the business plan that you're going to raise to add partners or to work out a deal with some other company, maybe you're paying too little for that. So the real question is, when you do a fractional CFO, how do you really get somebody that's got all of the different skills that you need and is still cost competitive? Well, what about the guy that works there 2 hours? He's got a 3-hour project to work on your QuickBooks. Well, I can tell you it's going to take him 2 days to do it, because he's going to come in today, he's going to start on it, he's going to get normal distractions, he's not going to get it finished, so he comes back the next day that he's got 2 hours assigned to you, and he's going to go to work on it. So the reality is, using this part-time or fractional CFO, you paid for 4 hours of work, something that would have taken 3 hours to do. So it may not be really as effective when you take all these into account. What you need is the right skill to do the right job at the right time to reach your goals. And very often, you need several people to be helping on that. So it's not always best served by having a fractional CFO. Well, Kep, what about this idea? I'm going to hire a contract CFO, contract controller. They're going to come in here and they're going to be here full time for the next 90 days. And then they'll get everything all straightened out, and then I won't need them anymore. So then I can cut them loose. It's been really cost effective. Everything's caught up. Gosh, that's not a bad idea. There are some real benefits to that. You're only paying them for 3 months. You're not paying them for the rest of their career. So that's a good thing. You still, oh, by the way, you still have the problem that they have their skill set and maybe you need different skill sets, okay? And, oh, by the way, at the end of 90 days, maybe they've caught you up. Everything's perfect. What happens on day 91? Do you have anybody to keep it operational, or you just turn around and dig in that same hole all over again? So getting the right people, the right skill sets in there for your fractional or contract controller CFO position is really important. You want to find a way to get the cost savings, but you want to find the multitude of skills and ability for your company to continue to operate after that contract person is gone. I'll tell you more about that later. Give me a call if we can help you.